Hi everyone, it's day 9 of setting up our Build Empire LMS in Totara as a marketer. If you missed any of the earlier episodes, I've covered so much. I definitely recommend going back and having a watch through. I've gone through the basic setup of the platform, learning strategy, roles, permissions, branding, the addition versus non-addition. I've spoken to our implementation specialist, Susanna, and I've also built dashboards for learners and managers. So I've learned a lot throughout the process, which leads very nicely to building my first course in Totara. But first, I'll run you through what content we're actually going to be sharing in our LMS. So I'll run you through my process. To start off, I engaged our stakeholders internally to understand what it is that we want people to learn. The result of that is that we wanted this LMS to be a bit of a learning hub about the Totara product, as well as a bit of a learning hub around the addition of Totara as well. So while we have a range of different teams doing different things, they're all kind of united when it comes to working with or on the product. But as of making this series and the LMS, version 20 of Totara is newly released, as is version 3 of the Build Empire edition. Now, a common problem we tend to see is scattered notes, scattered collateral for product. So often myself or Laura in our marketing team will be harassing the product team about a particular feature because we don't have a graphic of it to use for marketing materials, or we're not sure on a detail of how it works when it's new. So the product team, they have their own tech and channels where they share all about the product, its features, but we either don't have access or it's squirreled away in a file in that we just don't know how to source it. So we want our learning content to solve this problem. So for this first course, it will be a general overview for anyone on the Build Empire team who needs an understanding of Touch 20, like us in marketing. So I want it to be practical, useful, and give the team a solid grasp of the platform, whether they do interact with Touch day to day or just want to fully understand its features for their role. This course needs to work for them. It needs to be accessible, clear, and free of assumptions about prior knowledge. This short course will include core Touch 20 features like the AI writing assistant, which summarises and refines content, the learner self-enrolment, which allows learners to choose courses and track their progress, and the certification and compliance reporting, which keeps everyone up to date with mandatory training. I also want it to be hands-on, so each topic will include different activities, whether that's a video, audio, quiz, or a forum, so the team can get varied and engaging learning experiences. So I'll run through my course outline. My course will have announcements, so this will include any information that I want the team to know about the course. And then for topic 1, I'll focus this on the AI writing assistant. This is a good one to test out on a lesson activity. And then topic 2 will be learner self-enrolment. So for this, I will use a forum discussion to get their thoughts on the feature and a video on the new features as well. Then topic 3 will be certification and compliance reporting. This will have an assignment and a quiz. And then to wrap it all up, topic 4 will be an overview audio of the course to reinforce learning. So, okay, the content's planned and now it's time to bring this to life. So I've never done this before, so we'll figure it out as we go. Okay, so I'll get started. So I'll head to explore and create the course from there. Create new course. Then I'll just pop in the details. So course full name, Totara 20 basics, and then the short name, Totara 20 will do. And then I'm just looking at the other settings. So course type, e-learning's fine. Course end date, I'll make that June just so it gives the team enough time to complete this. And then I'll just pop in a course summary. So this course introduces Totara 20 features and shows you how to use Totara 20 effectively. Great. And then format's already fine as it is, because the standard would be topics format, so that's fine. Then we'll just go on to activity completion, enrolled audiences. So I'll put in the UK team so it covers everybody. And then, Yeah, we'll just hit save and go back. Okay, so now I'm going to start looking at all the different sections. Announcements will be next. This is where learners will see important updates, tips and reminders as they move through the course. So let's pop in our first announcement. So welcome to Totara 20 Basics, and then I've prepared this earlier, so I've put in the little message there and typed that in. Now I'll check all the other settings and post that to the forum. So you have 30 minutes to make any changes as well if you need to. Now just jumping back into the course. This button seems to be my favourite to jump back in, so we'll use that one. And now we'll move on to the next topic, topic 1, which will be on the AI writing assistant. I'll just pop that in there, remembering to enter to save it. Yep, that's saved now. And then we'll start adding an activity. So our first activity, so this one I'm going to do a lesson, so it can be quite varied in the content. So they all have like descriptions here, which is really useful when I'm setting it up, because then I can just remind myself what each activity involves. So I'll just start changing some of the settings again. So name, I'll swap that out with the lesson title. So AI writing assistant again. Description, I'll pop one in there. So learn how the AI writing assistant can help you create, summarize and refine content. And then I'm just clicking through some other settings as well, checking I've got everything that I need. That all looks good. And then flow control, all good. Yeah, we don't want the learners to be able to review it themselves, so that's fine. Follow lesson path, that's all good. Grade, yep, that's all fine. Activity completion, so we want to be able to look after this ourselves. So we only want the activity to be complete when conditions are met. So the learner must view the activity to complete it, and they must receive a grade, and they must reach the end of the lesson page as well, just to make sure that they've seen everything and not just clicked their way through this activity. Save that and then we'll return back. Right, so that one's set up. So here I'll actually import some questions. Just checking the other settings as well. Preview. Yeah, let's add a question page. Yeah, we'll stick with multiple choice for this purposes. So I'll pop in the page title. So what does the AI writing assistant do? And then the content, so covering what the AI writing assistant does. And then I'll pop in the answers. So it looks like you can put in an answer that's true and then some false options as well. So I'll pop that in as 100 because that's the correct answer. And then answer 2, I'll pop that in as well. So write content automatically. and that one's going to be 0 because that one's not correct. And then answer 3, edit images, that one's also not correct, so that'll be 0 points, 0 score for that one. And then answer 4 as well, tracks learner progress, so I'll put that one again as 0 and then I'll save it. Okay, that looks to have worked, so that looks good. And I'll add another question in while we're on a roll. Let me know what your favourite question types are as well, because it would be good to try some more, and I'll speak to Susanna as well about some different ones, but I'll try the true and false one for now. So I'll pop in the page title again, and then pop in page contents as well. Question on AI writing assistant. And again, you can put in the answers or true and false, and it'll tell you which one's what. So the correct response, you could either put true, like I said, or put in something that is true about the feature. So I'll put that as true, and I'll put this one as false, so then it answers the question. I think I need to change the title here, so I'll just update that. The AI writing assistant. So yeah, I'll put the question here about something that should be true or false, so can suggest improvements based on your typing. So I'll save this page. And there we go. So both of those questions are within this topic, so that's really good to see. Kind of on a roll at the moment, so yeah, we'll keep this going. You can preview it as well. Okay, so it looks to be correct. I think I'll have to swap them around at the end of the episode or when I'm working with Susanna, though, because they do seem to be in a slightly different order, but for now it makes sense as it is. And then we'll just head back to the main course. Then work our way to topic 2, which will be learner self-enrolment. Okay, so on learner self-enrolment, I'm going to start setting up the new activity. So I'll do a forum for this to get some social learning going. And again, you can see the description here, so that's really handy to see what's included. So then we'll just go through all the details again, forum name, description. So I'll put it in as self-enrolment experience. And then I'll pop the description in as well. So share how self-enrolment works for you and any questions that you have as well. Grade, leave that one for now. Ratings, activity completion. This is becoming one of my favourites to change. So show activity is complete when conditions are met. So learner must view the activity completed, and I want them to either post a discussion or a reply just to make sure that they're actually engaging with this activity, whether they're starting a conversation off or they're just replying to one. It just shows that they're interacting with others and discussing the feature. Okay, and then for the next activity, I'll do a video for this one. So again, another description there. So really handy when you're setting up. Then we'll add that in. So we'll do this like as an overview video on learner self-enrollment. I'll pop in another description as well. So watch this video to find out more on learner self-enrollment. Just check in all the settings, URL. So I'll pop a placeholder in there for now. And then we'll just go through all the settings again, completion tracking. So I want to make sure that they've watched it. So you can change this to however much you want it to, but I think 100% is going to make sure that they've actually watched the whole thing. So we'll save and return to course. Now on to module 3, so certification and compliance reporting. So for this one, I said I was going to do an assignment, so we'll add that one in. Add, yep, that's great. And then, so this assignment's going to be on reflecting, so certification reflection. And again, I'll put in a description, so reflect on why compliance tracking is important. How would you explain it to your team? I think this one will be good so that everyone in the team can start thinking about how they'd explain it to another person, and the simpler you can do that, the better. And I'll just change the due date here so it gives them a bit more time in line with when the course is ending as well. And then I'm just viewing the other settings again. I think activity completion is the main one I need to change for this. Again, learners must view the activity completed, they must receive a grade, and they must submit it as well. It is more opinion based, so I'll leave the required passing grade for now. I'll take the grade off, yeah, for now, just because it is more opinion led. But let me know how you normally grade assignments like this. Now heading back onto topic 4 already, we are flying through this. Oh, I just need to add in the quiz actually. So adding in the quiz into this. So I'll do another quiz on certification and compliance. This one's quite self-explanatory, so I'll leave the description of this one. Activity completion, again, I'll update this. Learners must view the activity, they must receive a grade, and they need to pass. Need to have the passing grade. So I'll save and return to course. Okay, so it looks like that's too high, so I'll change that to 10 on the grade because it was on 100, and then I'll save it and return. I'll just click into it and edit it here. There might be a quicker way to do this, so I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments if there is, but I'll go back in and add the questions in here. Why is compliance reporting important? And then I'll hit save. And then here on the add, you can see this is where you add a new question. So again, you've got all the different options within this format as well. So I could do an essay just to switch it up a little bit. and then I'll pop in the details, so the question name, why is compliance reporting important, and here, question text, just giving more detail, answer why compliance reporting is important in a few sentences. So going through all the settings again, it's all good. Now hit save just to double check. Just previewing it quickly as well, just to make sure it's set up properly. But yeah, then we'll head back to the main area. Okay, so moving on to topic 4. This one's going to be an overview, so of everything they've learnt, a course summary. So I'll just update that title here. And then we'll pop an activity in this one. I think audio is a good one to test out. So I'll add in the name. This is going to be, again, as I said, a full course summary. So features of Totara 20, just to wrap up the learning. Overview of the features in Totara 20, and then you can upload a file directly. So I have prepared one earlier. Again, another placeholder for now, but it's great to be able to add that in. So I'll just pop that in there and save it as test for now because it needs to be updated. Great, that looks like it's worked, so that's good. And then checking the other settings, similar to video as well, I want to make sure that this is listened to 100%. So show activity complete when conditions are met. So again, for this one, I want 100% to be listened to. So I'll update those as well. And also the viewing, I think that just makes sure that you know they've seen it. So yeah, we'll click those. And there we go. 100%. And then yeah, save and return to the main course area. Okay, that's good. So that's everything at the moment. So I'll turn the editing off and preview everything as if I was a learner. Well, I will be eventually in the team as well. So I'll click for everything and check it's all set up properly. So announcements, yep, that's in there. So that's great to see. You can read the message there, and we also link to any activities as well with those hyperlinks. So that's really handy to jump to. And then moving on to self-enrollment section, so the forum, so you can add a new discussion topic there, so that's working, and that's great. And then the video as well. Like I said, this one is just a placeholder for now, but it's great to see that it's in there, it's working, the details are all in there with the description too. And yep, same for certification reporting. So we'll just check that this is working. So yeah, you can submit your assignment in there. And then a quiz. So quiz on certification, so you can see a little preview if you click on continue, the last preview. So yeah, you can see that learners can type in whatever they like there and submit it. Features on the overview as well, so the audio. Yep, so that's playing, so that's good. And head back, so yeah, it's all looking good. And that's it for day 9. My first course is built. I've learnt a lot just by running through it. So next time I'll be working on my second course on the Build Empire Edition V3. So I can't wait to see how that goes, and I'll see you in the next episode.